The conch shell. My very favorite possession is my conch shell. When I was a little girl, the conch shell lived on the bottom shelf of a mahogany clawfoot table at my grandparents' house, across from my grandfather's rocking chair next to the window. My grandfather would sit in that chair and smoke his pipe and look out the window. I'd crawl up in his lap and curl up in bliss as he smoked and rocked. He'd ask me about my day and tell me how much he loved me in his quiet, strong voice. I felt totally loved and safe on his lap. He'd say to me, "Go get that conch shell and bring it here." I would hop off his lap, go over to the table, and carefully pick it up. I remember it being very heavy, but then I was only about 4 years old. I'd hand it to him and crawl back up on his lap. He'd turn it carefully and put it up to my ear. "Shh, listen," he'd say. I'd sit quietly and listen deeply. "That's what the ocean sounds like," he'd say. Then he told how huge the ocean is and how much sand there is there, which of course totally intrigued me because my favorite pastime at the time was playing in the sandbox he built for me. He told me all about what it's like at the ocean. I was mesmerized by his description. I actually felt like I was there. I had never actually seen the ocean, except for in my mind. When I was 16 years old, I finally saw the ocean for the very first time. I ran with all my might and leapt into it, as if I were running into the arms of a long-lost friend. I never forgot how I felt in that moment. It was like coming home. I love this conch shell, my grandfather, and the ocean.